Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we have just recited these prayers, and many of you may be wondering about this personality. So big prayers we recited, but we may not know the meaning of these prayers. But through these 9 sessions, you will get to know the meaning of these prayers very beautifully, as we recited about this personalities. Like we recited about Namo Maha Vadanaya Krishna Prem Padayate Krishna Krishnata Namne Gaurita Sena. So this is composed in glorification of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we talk about Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam, Sajna Shad Goswamis. Then the Panchatatva, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So this whole 9 sessions is an opportunity to know about our Guru Parampara. And you have joined, so many of the devotees have been coming from long time, joining with the 18 sessions of Bhagavad Gita, Bhakshimad Bhagavatam, 19 chapter of 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the 19 chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. And now this is the 9 steps to Lord Shri Krishna that we are going to say, and is going to become, as we go, going more deeper and more understanding. So the first topic which I'm going to present today is the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in 5 features, the Panchatatva and the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, why is so important? Why this topic is so important for the devotees? Why? See, we chant, every time we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what's the mantra we recite? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. So, can you say why we recite this mantra before the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Would anyone like to respond? You can unmute yourself. You can permission. Why we chant?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu.
Yeah, so why we recite this mantra?
First we have to bow our head to Guru.
Okay.
To get the mercy of
God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
we chant, we want to take the blessing, and any mistakes if we do in the chanting, take the blessings from them.
So see, there is no offenses when you chant the name of Lord Gauranga. So when you chant the Panchatatva mantra, these 5 personalities, our offenses in the chanting are removed. And since they are the father of the Sankirtan movement, so we take their blessings before chanting. So surely we should know who are these 5 personalities, right? If we're chanting their name every time we're chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so to the degree we can know them, our taste for chanting will increase. Our understanding about the holy name will increase, and we can get a higher taste for chanting the holy name by knowing the mercy of these personalities. And therefore, it's very, very important to know about these personalities, right? So that is why this session is very, very important about Panchatattva. Now, those of you already have been coming from long time, you will get to know much more details in these sessions about these personalities. And those of you new, you will get introduction to those personalities. So the sessions is focused in a way that even the devotees who are been practicing for many years already know the philosophy, will get to learn something more and develop more attachment to these personalities. And devotees who are new, some who are attending the 18 Bhagavatam doesn't know, you also get to know the basics about them. So therefore, so let's begin about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in 5 features. And as you would have seen the poster, so first we are discussing about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, next week Jagannath Katha, then the Shad Goswami Katha, then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, what they did. So we are going completely in Parampara up to Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada disciples. And then the last 3 sessions dedicated to Krishna Leela for preparing our consciousness for Janmashtami. But first we should know about our whole Guru Parampara, that we have gotten the mercy, which is very, very important to know. So now, so Lord Chaitanya, the golden incarnation for the age of Kali Yuga. Now, a question may come: what is the reference about the birth of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Right? So in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, the first reference comes here. So please recite after me. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam.
Krishna Varnam Tivusha Krishnam.
Sango Pangasa Parshadam.
Sango Pangas Parshadam.
Yagya Sankitana Praye.
Jagye Sankirtana Praye.
Yajanti Hi Sumedasa.
Jajanti Hi Sumedasa.
Yeah. So Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishna. In this age of Kali, intelligent men persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So he doesn't come alone, he comes with Parshad, Sangha Parshad, Yajna Sankirtan, and you inaugurate. So this is when they're talking about all the avtaras. The Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's avtara for Kali Yuga is also talked about. Then in Vishnu Sahasranam, what we recite comes about the Varnan, Swarna Varna Himango, Varangaha Chandangandi, that the Lord comes as Swarna Varna, the golden form, and Sanyas Krishama Shanto, he takes sannyas, Nishtha Shanti Parayana. So in his early pastimes, he appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful and his body is smeared with the pulp of sandalwood. Seems like molten gold. In his later pastime, he has the sannyas order and his equipoise and peaceful. His highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonous non-devotees. So these are the verses. On this I have quoted only 2 verses. There are many, many more verses which are talking about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance there. That how the Lord will appear in a golden form and he will live as a householder and then he will take sannyas. And in Kali Yuga, Kalo Channa Avtara, Prahlad Maharaj says Lord is Tri-Yugi because in Kali Yuga he comes as a hidden incarnation. Like when Krishna came, he openly declared his incarnation. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as a hidden incarnation because in Kali Yuga many people say we are God. So God also comes as a devotee and teaches devotional service there. So this verse comes for the Panchatatva. Right? This photo of the Panchatatva you would have seen which you worship. Panchtatvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So if you see the leftmost is Shri Advaitacharya. So Advaitacharya is a Bhakta avatar. So Mahavishnu comes in the mood of Lord Shiva is Advaitacharya. Then comes Shri Nityananda. He is a Bhakta Sarup. The Lord Balaram comes as Nityananda, and just like because Balaram is the first extension of Krishna, so it becomes Bhakta Sarup incarnation. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Bhakta Roop. The Lord is coming in the roop of a Bhakta, and Gadadhar Pandit is Lord Shakti, Bhakta Shaktikam, and Shiva's Thakur is Bhakta. So these are the Panchatattva which appeared and broke open the seal of love of God. They inundated the whole world. So they gave so much of love of God to anybody, everybody, the whole world. Whole world is roaming, is the whole world is dancing in the love for God there. So that they brought, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought a garland of Sankirtan. And with that garland of Sankirtan, he garlanded the whole universe there. In Kali Yuga, see, can we imagine in Kali Yuga, we are practicing chant Hare Krishna. Devotees are getting up early morning, chanting 4 rounds, following so many things. Before we met the devotees, did any one of us thought we will live such a pious lifestyle? We'll live such a things there. So our boys, before they come to Krishna consciousness, their parents are troubled. Beta, kab movie dekhna chhodega? Beta, kab TV dekhna chhodega? And when they go home, parents are saying, hey, what happened? Now you don't see TV only, you don't see movie only. What changes happened? And you tell also boys says, there is no interest now in movies, no interest there. So this is a mercy of Shri Mahaprabhu there. That even a person, no matter, see previously the concept is from childhood only you have to be pious, then only you can be a good person. A person who has never believed in God, like myself, till 12th class, I was not confident whether God is there or not there. I was always exploring the world, ki what is there, what is not there, what is right, what is wrong. But after meeting the devotees, reading Bhagavad Gita, and meeting the devotees, what a wonderful, amazing life we can live with it there. So anybody who may not be much understandable, much knowledgeable, by mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he can understand the highest goal of life there. So this mercy of Panchatatva, they offer to the whole world, and this is something very, very beautiful. So first I will talk about these personalities before we talk about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sri Advaita Acharya. So Advaita Acharya, he appeared, he was around 50 years when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took birth. He was 52 years older than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, and he stayed up to the age of 125 years he lived, Advaita Acharya. And he was the one who called for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He read in the Gautamiya Tantra, if you call the Lord offering tulsi leaf to Shaligram, then Lord will appear. Another Acharya will call for the Lord with the Bhairvira. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So he was calling with so much of love, so much of deep. The Lord descended from Golok Vrindavan, Krishna himself, to this world to deliver. So it was due to Advaita Acharya's blessings and mercy that we got Mahaprabhu there. Then Shiva's Thakur. He also appeared some 50 years before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There, 30 to 50 years before. And he was also a wonderful Vaishnava living in Navadvip. Then Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he was 12 years older than Mahaprabhu. And is Balram, who comes as Nitai. Balram Hola Nitai, and he appeared in Ek Chakra Dham. And Nityananda Prabhu went all over India with a sannyasi, and then he came to Vrindavan. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started his Sankirtan movement, that's the time then Nityananda Prabhu comes to Mahaprabhu's Leela. Then Gadadhar Pandit. He was almost the same as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a brahmachari, but he is actually the Bhakta Shakti. He personifies the Hladini Shakti. So when Krishna comes as Lord Chaitanya, Gadadhar Pandit, the Radha Rani comes as Gadadhar Pandit. But Radha Rani gave his bhav, her bhav to Sri Krishna, so Gadadhar Pandit doesn't have the bhav. So he's always assisting Mahaprabhu's pastime, Gadadhar Pandit. There. So therefore, it's the Shakti of the Lord, the Hladini Shakti personified. So it's a Shakti. And Shivas Thakur is a Bhakta. But now let us see what was the condition happening in Navdeep at that point of time. Now we think that the situation of Kali Yuga is very, very bad, right? But even 540 years also before, 500 years before, even in Navdeep the condition was bad, right? So what was the condition? There were a lot of scholars over there. 6 symptoms or 6 systems of philosophy were taught over there. But the problem is, even after so much scholarship, rather than knowing that the purpose of the Vedas is to do bhakti to Krishna, they will be fighting with their scholarships and will not take to bhakti of the Lord. And they will criticize the Vaishnava. You sentimental people, you are doing this, you are doing like this. So devotees are troubled even 500 years before when Vedic culture was there. Why? Because people, the purpose of learning the Vedas is to understand Krishna, but rather than understanding Krishna, what these people are doing? They're fighting and doing scholarship and debate. And Navdeep was the highest seat of learning. In West Bengal, Navdeep Mayapur was the highest seat of learning. Many people goes from there. Like people go to Oxford to study. Like they come to Bangalore from many places. Delhi they go to study, or IITs people go. So like that, Navdeep was the seat of learning. Everybody was coming, but there were some people who were worshipping Chandi to get money, and they will be drinking and enjoying life and no bhakti to Krishna. And there will be scholars who will be debating with each other about this is the meaning of the Veda, that's the meaning of the Vedas, but they won't take to bhakti. So like this, people are happy. And the Vaishnavas are very troubled. Oh, if Lord Krishna himself come, can deliver these people in Kali. Otherwise, it's not possible there. And then Lord Krishna was God. So scholars argued endlessly about scripture and hair splitting logik. They were attached to fame and prestige, often proud and dismissive. Simple bhaktas who sincerely chanted Krishna's name, worshiped Radha Krishna, were mocked and marginalized. And then, seeing this, Advaitacharya called for Lord Sri Krishna. And Navadip. Now, why is called Navadip? If you go to Mayapur, then you will be able to see the 9 dham, 9 islands. And it is said Mayapur is not different from Vrindavan. In fact, Mayapur is Avdharya dham. In Vrindavan, if you do bhakti one time, you get 1,000 times benefit. But if you do one aparad, that also you get 1,000 times more aparad. But in Mayapur, you do bhakti, it is considered 1,000 times, but no offenses are considered by Mercy Chaitanya. And that's why Mayapur is called Avdharya Dham. So 3 dhams are very important for Vaishnavas, for Gaudiya Vaishnavas: Mayapur, Vrindavan, and Jagannath Puri. Right? Jagannath Puri. Because Mahaprabhu spent 24 years in Navdeep, Mayapur. At the age of 24 years, he took sannyas and went to Jagannath Puri. And in Jagannath Puri, he spent 2 to 4 years in South, 2 years in South India, and 2 to 3 years he went to Vrindavan on the way there. So Mahaprabhu had come to South India to preach. Right? So all of the devotees here are from South India. There. So and then Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan there. He always desired to go to Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu. You will see. So we'll see some of those pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But I'm giving a brief of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of understanding for the God Tattva, because unless we have mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda, God Nitai, in Kali Yuga, very difficult to make spiritual progress. We cannot understand Radha Krishna pastimes unless we understand Mahaprabhu Leela. Unless we worship Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. So therefore it's very, very important If we want to progress in our bhakti, it's very, very important to understand about this Panchatatva, the Goswamis, and our Acharyas. So these 9 islands represent the 9 pursuit devotions: Shamnam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandam, Dasyam, Sakyamat, Nivedanam. Now, we talk about the past and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in 1486 AD, some 539 years before, in the Falgun month on a lunar eclipse. And this photo, what you're saying, anybody knows about this photo? The photo which I showed, anybody knows about this photo? Anyone here would like to photo? So this photo was painted by the painter of Pratap Rudra Maharaj, seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, even painting has a limitation to depict God, isn't it? Lord certainly must be different. But the point to show that this painting, what the photo which I showed, one devotee gifted me a photo also this. So this was 500 years before painted when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri. One painter has painted seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the photo which I showed you. Now, because it's an old photo and thing, you're not able to see the full beauty, but you can get some hint how Mahaprabhu looked like there. Of course, you can't see God by material eyes. You can see God only by the eyes of devotion with Him. But this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's photo 500 years before there. Now a question comes, why somebody should take birth during a lunar eclipse? अभी ग्रहण लगा है, ग्रहण का टाइम अच्छा होता है या बुरा होता है? Okay, I think I give yeah. So ग्रहण का टाइम अच्छा होता है बुरा होता है?
बुरा होता है.
So why somebody like the Lord will take birth the time of lunar eclipse? You know, one good thing happens. In fact, during those times, even Muslims will chant the holy names of the Lord when there's a grant. When there's a Chandra grant, even Muslims will chant the holy name of the Lord there. So when Mahaprabhu appeared, because there's an avatar coming to spread the holy name, he appeared at a time when everybody is chanting. There's a time we choose. That's the beauty of Mahaprabhu. Any now, this is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which talks about who is Lord Chaitanya. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikrati Ladane Shakti Asma Ekatmana Api Bhuvi Puradeha Vedam Tatau Tau Chaitanyakyam Prakatam Aduna Tattvayam Chekyatam Radha Bhava Duti Subilitam Nami Krishna Sarupam. The loving affairs of Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestation of Lord's internal pleasant-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now, these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I bow down to him who has assumed the mode and complexion of Srimati Radharani, who is Krishna himself. But this verse talks about who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Krishna Ek Atma Dohi Deha Dhari. Radha Krishna Ek Atma Dohi Deha Dhari. So what this verse says, Radha and Krishna, they're one only. But they assume two bodies for the sake of pastime, for the sake of Leela. And now this both Radha and Krishna have come alone together as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There's just some of the ISKCON temples you will see there's a Radha Krishna deity and beside it Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deity. Indicated Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as Krishna in the mode of Srimati Radharani. That is the truth about Lord Chaitanya. So when we worship Lord Chaitanya, we're actually worshipping Radha and Krishna. But to understand Radha Krishna Leela is difficult. But to understand Chaitanya Leela is very easy. Now, generally, if you see the ISKCON devotees will not talk about Rasa Leela. Why? Because Rasa Leela is meant for liberated souls, very advanced souls. They may, those who are advanced devotee, they may read themselves, but they will not speak for the public. Because it is meant for only liberated souls like Sukdev Goswami and renowned souls like Parikshit Maharaj. There. So Rasa Leela is a very higher subject matter. But by hearing the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you get the same benefit as hearing Krishna's Rasila without having a fear of misunderstanding. Why? Because Radha and Krishna are coming together. So the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's whole Leela is in divine there. And therefore, it's very, very important to know about Mahaprabhu's Leela. Very important to know Mahaprabhu's Leela for us. Now, why did Krishna come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? The first reason is a time for spreading Nam Sankirtan. So, because the time of Nam Sankirtan, so Mahaprabhu comes here. The second reason is Advaitacharya called, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And third is a very important reason. Is what? See, Krishna comes only once in a day of Brahma. He doesn't come other times. And why Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma? Why Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma? Because other times Vasudev comes, Narayana comes. Krishna personally doesn't come there or do pastimes of Vrindavan. Because the pastimes which Krishna did in Vrindavan are very, very confidential. And Krishna doesn't come and reveal those pastimes very easily. And he comes because he thinks whole world is worshipping me with Aishwarya Bhav. But I also like to be what somebody worship me like a Sakha, like a friend, like my son. God is Krishna is my son. Somebody worships me like this, there, or somebody worship me like a lover. So this kind of love only Krishna can give. So even when Krishna did pastimes, people did not understand. Then Krishna thought, Apani Achari Prabhu Karima Sikhai. That I will myself do my bhakti and teach people how to do bhakti. And that's why Krishna comes himself as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that nobody can get a Vraja Bhakti the way Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given there. Only Lord Krishna can give Vraja Bhakti, no other incarnation can give. Even Lord Narayan cannot give Vraja Bhakti. Only Krishna can give, and that's why Krishna comes to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give something, the most highest of a thing, to the most unqualified people of Kali Yuga. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradaya. Namo Mahavadanyaya. He's very merciful. Krishna Prem Pradayate. He gave Krishna Prem. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna comes as Krishna Chaitanya. Namine Gauri Sena. We recite this prayer, right? That's the meaning of this prayer. So what Mangala Charan prayers we recite, everything is being included what I'm talking about. But we don't realize. So therefore we need the sessions to understand about these things. So we don't do things mechanically. We do with proper heart and proper meaning. So only Krishna himself can give Rati Prema, even avatars cannot give. And the internal reason is Krishna is very puzzled. How Shrimati Radharani feels happy that I don't feel happy. So let me taste the love of Srimati Radharani. Now this goes to show one thing, which is better, to become God or God's devotee? What is say? What is better, to become
God's devotee.
devotee? Because God wants to become his own devotee. God wants to become his own devotee. So Krishna has to see how Radharani is happy worshipping me. Let me come in the mood of Sri Radha. Then why we want to become God? Being a God's devotee is the best position. Right? Because you feel so happy in loving Krishna, which Krishna doesn't feel. And that's why he wants to become his devotee. Srimati Radharani's topmost devotee. And Krishna wants to become devotee to know what is the love Srimati Radharani has. And to discover the greatness of Srimati Radharani's love, we derive Krishna mad. That what is her love that even Krishna gets mad for Radha. See, Krishna is called Madan Mohan. Right? Even Cupid cannot attract Krishna. Krishna was never attracted to his wives, though he had married 16,100 wives. Right? But Radharani's Madan Mohan Mohini attracts even Krishna. So Krishna wanted to understand that love. Krishna wanted to understand that glory of Srimati Radharani's love. And that's why he did. And to understand, taste his own beauty, that how beautiful am I? So Krishna wanted to taste his own beauty, and that's why he comes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I said about how rare it is. One day of Brahma makes 1,000 yuga cycles. One yuga cycle is Satya plus Treta plus Dwapar plus Kali. And Krishna comes only once in 1,000 yuga cycle. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in the following yuga. Krishna comes, following Kali Yuga. So how fortunate we are. Just think about it. At the right time we have come. So this Chatur Yuga, Krishna has come. Then the same Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. And now 50 years before, Srila Prabhupada has come, giving the message to us there. So how fortunate we have to come with this. And then we have association of so many wonderful devotees, so many great souls, Srila Prabhupada disciples, and think the association of so many devotees. How wonderful it is. So just think what is our great fortune. Now we'll sing one song. Right? You're ready to sing a song? So sing a song, beautiful, which is a very beautiful meaning. And yes. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachidanandana Tribhuvane Koreja Charana Bandhana
Jai
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 Jai Jagannath
One करे
Charana Bandhana. I will sing once, then you repeat. Nilachale Shankha Chakra Gada Padmatha Nadiya Nagare Danda Kamandaluka
Jale Shankha Chakra Nadiya Nagari Danda Kamandaluka
Keho Bole Pura Be Ravan Padila Golo Kera Vevam Lila Prakash Gorila
Keho Bole Pura Beravana Budila Golo Vaibhava Lila Prakasa Korila
Shri Radhara Bhave Gauravatha Hare Krishna Nama Gaura Korila Prachao
Bhave Begura Avatar Hare Krishna Nama Gaura Korila Prachar
Vasudeva Ghosha Bole Kori Joda Jai Gaura Sei Krishna Sei Jagannath
Vasudeva
Bole Kori Joda Jai Gaura Sei Krishna Sei Jagannath
Jai Gaura Sei Krishna Sei Jagannath
Jai Gaura Sei Krishna Sei Jagannath.
So this verse says, now here who is Shachi Jagannath is not Jagannath, it is Jagannath, so who's the father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Jagannath Mishra. Who's the
Jagannath
mother of Mahaprabhu? Sachi Mata. And whole three words glorify his lotus feet. Right? And in Nilachal, Lord Jagannath, in Nilachal, he's holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. And in Nadia, in Navdeep, he is Nadia Nagre Danda Kamandaluka. He is carrying a Danda and Kamandalu. He took sannyas. And before Lord Ramchandra, as Lord Rama, he killed Ravana. And as Krishna, he showed the pastimes of Golok Vrindavan. And now Gauravatar, Shri Radhara Bhave, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared. Hare Krishna Nama Gaura Gorilla Prachar. And he spread the name Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Vasudeva Ghosha Bodhi. Vasudeva Ghosha is saying, one who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga, is Krishna, is Jagannath. Jai Gaura Sai Krishna, Sai Jagannath. So you should understand this 3% different. And as most of the ISKCON temples, you will see these three deities: God Nitai, Radha Krishna, Jagannath Baladev. Right? In our Sheshadipuram also, you will see in between Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, then Radha Krishna Chandra, Gaurangi Bangaloreshwara, and Chaitanya Nitai. And then nothing there. But there's three deities you will find, that's the thing. So Jagannath, you find Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Jagannath Dham. Radha Krishna, Vrindavan. And God Nitai, Mayapur. So all the three deities are there. So all the three dhams are also there when you come to ISKCON. So we used to go to our yatras, Kartik yatras, to sometime to Vrindavan, Mayapur, and Jagannath Puri. And my one friend was there who was a pujari. And this friend, my one friend was there who was a pujari, and he couldn't go for the yatra. And he said, "Oh, all the three dhams are there. Jagannath is there, Jagannath Puri is there. Radha Vrindavan Chandra is there, so Vrindavan is there. And Ganadha is there, Mayapur Dham is there." So these are our three main deities of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas there. So now we'll talk about the timelines of the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. So even those who have heard the Chaitanya Leela is very nice, but today we're going to discuss about the whole timeline of the Mahaprabhu's pastime. So 1486, Mahaprabhu took birth he appeared in Navadip during a lunar eclipse. Then early education of Mahaprabhu's brother. So what will happen? Mahaprabhu's brother Vishrup took sannyas. So what had happened, the first day, the Mahaprabhu's brother Vishrup will go have a lot of discussion with Advaitacharya and other things. And he was a very saintly devotee, Vishrup, and he was an expansion of Nityan Prabhu only, and he took sannyas. So because of that fear, Jagannath Mishra thought, Nimai will also take sannyas. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's the childhood name was Nimai. Then Nimai also will take sannyas. So he didn't let Chaitanya Mahaprabhu go for studies only. He stopped his studies. Then Mahaprabhu as Nimai did so much shararat. Everybody will complain. And finally one day Mahaprabhu, the small child Nimai, was sitting on a pot of some pots which are dirty. And then mother was saying that, no, why not you get on mud? They said, how will I know if you don't send me for studies? And they would say, oh, your child want to go study, you don't study. And from next day his studies start. And see, whatever Lord does, he does to the best of his capacity. If he studies, he will become the best scholar. So he would take everybody in debate and defeat them. So one day, and then he becomes a grammar teacher. Now one day this Keshav Kashmiri came, Digvijay. See, that time, now you have to become All India Rank 1 IIT, right? So you have to go and write the entrance exam. But that time you have to become All India Rank 1. That means you go every place and defeat everybody else and take a sign from them, you're defeated. And that's why you become Digvijay Pandit, AIR1, in Shastra. So he was going different places and defeated everybody. And finally he reached where? He reached Navdeep. Navdeep. Or Mayapur, what to say. And when he reached Navdeep, that time he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was those boys with his students, and he very casually asked, "Oh, Keshav Kashmir, you're a great scholar. Why not you glorify some song in place of Mother Saraswati, Mother Ganga?" And in a flow of second, 100 verses he composed in Sanskrit. Right? See, we have tough time remembering one verse of Sanskrit. He composed 100 verses of Sanskrit in time, such a scholar. And Mahaprabhu asked, "Hey, what can you tell some faults in this?" I said, "My poetry doesn't have fault. I'm a great devotee of Saraswati. How can I have fault?" And I said, "Yes, there's a fault. Like you said, Bhavani Bhartu. Bhava is Shiva, Bhavani is Parvati. Now, what is the meaning of wife of husband, Shiva's wife's husband? That means wife Parvati is another husband, Bhavani Bhartu." And he couldn't reply anything. Like that, Mahaprabhu said. And all children start laughing. Mahaprabhu said, "Don't laugh." There. And then, "No problem, you might be tired. Tomorrow we will debate." But his ego was shattered. He went to Saraswati. "Saraswati, you didn't help me. I would always, you are on my tongue, and that's why I'm winning. You didn't help me." And then Saraswati came in the dream of this scholar. And what he said? Saraswati came. Are, you see, he's lying, Keshav Kashmiri. And Saraswati saying, "Are, how will I appear before my Lord? You fool. He's my Lord also. You go and surrender your life to." And the next day, Digvijay Pandit goes and surrender life to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Hey, don't be proud of scholarship. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And don't tell anybody. If you tell anybody, your age will get short." so Mahaprabhu, whoever will come to know Mahaprabhu's great, Mahaprabhu's God, Mahaprabhu say, "Don't tell anybody." Channa Avatar, hidden incarnation. Because he has come to teach devotional service to Krishna. If he tells I'm only Krishna, then purpose will not solve. So he's come to talk devotional service to Krishna, Mahaprabhu. But as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Krishna. We worship in that. And that's very, very important. Worshipping Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then this Keshav Kashmiri became a devotee of the Lord. And if you see other pastimes happen, then Mahaprabhu's first marriage happened at the age of 15 or 16. Then he started beginning 1505. Then he traveled to East Bengal. When he came back, his wife died. Lakshmi Priya died. Then he married Vishnu Priya. Because a householder should live with wife, not alone. And then he made a pilgrimage to Gaya. And that's the time he met Ishvara Puri, his guru. And Chaitanya, till now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not a devotee. All devotees would say, "Oh, let this Nimai become a devotee." But in 1509, when Mahaprabhu goes to Gaya, he met his spiritual master. He's gone to Gaya to do Shraddha of his father, because his father, Jagannath Mishra, had left the world. So he's gone to do the Shraddha of his father in Gaya, and he met Ishvara Puri. Ishvara Puri gave him the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And now was Mahaprabhu chanting, only tears start coming. "Oh, Gosai, Kiba Mantra Devi, I'm feeling ecstasy." And Aishwarya said, "Very nice, my child, keep on chanting this mantra." Keep on chanting this mantra. And then Mahaprabhu is chanting, hands coming. And now he becomes a completely transformed devotee. So before that, he will catch devotees and do a debate with them. And now he's serving devotees, washing their clothes. He will press their clothes and serve the devotees. Say that only you can get Krishna Bhakti by serving the Vaishnavas. So serving the Vaishnavas is very important. Mahaprabhu is showing. Unless you serve the Vaishnavas, you can't get Krishna Bhakti. So please serve the Vaishnavas. Because without serving the Vaishnavas, nobody has got Krishna Bhakti. If you serve the Vaishnavas, you'll be very, very happy with that. There. And then Mahaprabhu returned from Goa and he was very ecstatic there. And then, January 1509, he started traveling emotion during Sankirtan. And one time, then Mahaprabhu introduced the Sankirtan movement. So first he will have Sankirtan only in the house of Shivas Pandit. You can see the house of Shivas Pandit, that Mahaprabhu will have only Sankirtan in the house of Shivas Pandit. there. But then eventually he start having so many people will come. Only intimate devotees are allowed, and the whole night they will do Sankirtan there. And one time Mahaprabhu had come and said to devotees, "Why are we wasting our time in night? Whole night let us do Sankirtan." And for 1 year, devotees did whole Sankirtan night, and because Mahaprabhu is the one to give, Mati Smadha Smriti Jnana Pancha. So devotees could stay even without sleeping there. So daytime they will do work and other things, and night time also they want sleep and they will chanting the holy names of God. But then slowly people asking, "Are give bhakti to us also?" Then Mahaprabhu opened for everybody, and he went to people and said, "If you want to please me, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You do Sankirtan. Together come and chant the holy name and do Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare." So all devotees started doing Sankirtan. But there's a Chandakasi. He came and broke the Mridanga. How you Hindus are doing your Sankirtan openly? And all devotees became very fearful. They stopped doing the Sankirtan. Like Bangladesh, what happened? So what happened in Bangladesh last year, what happened is when West Bengal, 500 years before, because it was being ruled by the Muslim people there. So then Mahaprabhu did a civil disobedience movement. Let us see who will there. And he told everybody, bring the mashal and we all will go and burn the Qazi. So everybody took the mashal and Mahaprabhu with everybody dancing, chanting, and everybody is going. Millions of people have come on the procession. And when they're going on the way and meeting, going to meet, Chand Qazi was very fearful. He sent his soldiers' beard start burning. They went back. And then he's chanting Krishna, 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 Krishna. And then Chand Kazi called Mahaprabhu. "Oh, you're like I'm like your mama only. Why you take it so seriously? Like we're chanting, dancing so much everywhere, like there. Then we are, relatives only." And then I want to tell you something in private. He said, "Yes, you stand in front of my devotees." I said, one very figure like a lion-like face, an human body came to me in the night. See the marks of nails. And he said, "You broke the Madanga? How you broke the Madanga? If you do anything, I will kill you. I'll come back." And did it. And I said, "So I announce anybody, nobody will stop the Sankirtan in Navadvip." And then till now, there is not any difficulty of doing Sankirtan in Mayapur. Even today. And then Mahaprabhu took sannyas. At the age of 24, he takes sannyas. Now, what has happened? Now, the question comes, why did Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take sannyas? Supreme Lord is coming. Supreme Lord is an enjoyer. He's supposed to enjoy. And why? Means he's supposed to enjoy with his to pastime with his devotees. Why is he taking sannyas? Yes. Anyone like to answer? Why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take sannyas?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, to
Hare
avoid offenses towards him, maybe Prabhuji.
To avoid offenses to him? Not, it's little more.
Because
Prabhuji,
Okay.
when Mahaprabhu was young, so he used to preach about Krishna and holy names, but nobody used to take him very seriously. So Advaita
Okay.
Acharya once told that he told that better I will take sannyas and all these people will hear me and then they will take devotional service.
Okay, very good. And anyone you would like to add something more to it?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, people take sannyasis very seriously. What sannyasis say, they follow.
Oh,
That is
yes,
what
yes, that's true. So what happened? One time, Mahaprabhu in his internal access, he was taking the name of gopis. And his one of his friends and said, why are you taking the name of gopis? Take name of Krishna. And Mahaprabhu was in mood of Srimati Radharani. He chased behind his friend, Brahmana friend, and said, you, I'm not taking name of Krishna. Krishna killed Vali as Vamandev. He cheated Bali. He killed Vali. He cheated Bali. I don't take name of this cheater, and start running behind him. And this Brahmana said, and he called all the Brahmanas. What does Nimai Pandit thinks of himself? He's great. We are also great. How can he do like this? We'll beat him up. Then Mahaprabhu told the Nityan Prabhu, oh, I brought a Pipli Khan to cure the disease, but they are doing more offense to me only. And I've come to liberate them, but they are doing offense to me only. Better I take sannyas. So those who are offending Mahaprabhu, for those people Mahaprabhu took sannyas. That is a mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Namo Maha Vadanyaya Krishna Prem. Who can be most merciful than the Supreme Lord, who, for our benefit, he left his mother Sachi, left his wife Vishnu Periyar, who's Lakshmi only, for deliverance of the condition. So this is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he took sannyas with that at the age of 24 years. But when he took sannyas, devotees were very devastated. You see, it's the last day. So when he went to Khatwa, and when the barber is shaving his head, everybody is crying. So beautiful hair Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Everybody was crying, falling. And then Mahaprabhu did a dancing Sankirtan. Everybody forgot the grief. And then Keshav Bharati, and then the barber shaved him up. And he was feeling so much pain, he vowed, I will not do the job of barbering. It's changed his job to a sweetmeat and to cook sweet confectionaries. And here is Keshav Bharati. So Mahaprabhu takes sannyas. Now, after taking sannyas, Mahaprabhu wanted to travel to Vrindavan. But then Nityan Prabhu brought him to Shantipur. And Shantipur Mother Sachi said, Beta, if you go to Vrindavan, I will not come to you. If you go to Jagannath Puri, people keep traveling from Jagannath Puri to Mayapur, I will get news, so you go to Jagannath Puri. So Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, but actually he went to Jagannath Puri. That's also his Leela. And he goes to Puri with his associates. Now, when he comes to the Puri temple, when Mahaprabhu comes to the Puri temple, seeing Jagannath, he feels so attracted. First time when he came, he ran towards the altar of Jagannath to embrace Jagannath. But he fainted in between, out of that love. And people, and halka mach gaya, Jagannath Mandir mein aise koi aake karega, to halka mach gaya. Anybody think what happened? And people thought, what happened? And people thinking, he's dead or what happened? Then Sarvam Bhattacharya came. The Sarvam Bhattacharya was a king, was a Rajguru of the king of Odisha, Rajpurohit. And Sarvam Bhattacharya put a cord and said, no, he's alive. And you can understand that he is showing ecstatic symptoms. He's some associate there. He understood. And he brought his home. And meanwhile, associate of Mahaprabhu also came, Nityan Prabhu, and other devotees also, they came. Now, Sarvam Bhattacharya, then from that time, Janam said, okay, I will take darshan of Jagannath from Garud Samoni. I will not go near. Otherwise, lose control of myself. Then Sarvam Bhattacharya saying, Are, you are such a young sannyasi. At the age of 24 only, you have taken sannyas. How will you maintain sannyas? I will teach you Vedanta Sutra. Shariraka Bhashya of Shankaracharya. So Mahaprabhu said, for 7 days continuously here, Shariraka Bhashya. He didn't ask any question. And then Sarvam Bhattacharya asked, Are, for 7 days you are hearing, and you have not asked any question. Either you understood everything or you didn't understood anything. See, when you don't ask question, it has two meanings. Either you didn't understood anything or you understood everything. And just asking questions or replying in the Zoom sessions is important. Otherwise, we don't know what you understood. Right? So if keep bringing the answers, the responses is good. So Mahaprabhu then told, see, I understand Vedanta Sutra, but I don't understand your explanations. Then he said, okay, you give me explanation of Atma Rama verse of first canto, 7th chapter of Bhagavatam. Remember during 7th chapter I talked about. So he gave 9 explanations of the Atma Rama verse. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave 18 explanations of Atma Rama verse. When he gave 18 verse, so the Atma Rama verse, Sarvam Bhattacharya was convinced only God can do it, nobody else. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed Shadvuj Karanga form to Sarvam Bhattacharya. You see? And then Sarvam Bhattacharya got convinced that he is the supreme Lord who has given the, is the supreme Lord who has shown the form. And then he told King Pratap, oh, Lord is living in our life. Then Pratap was very eager to receive the darshan of Sri Mahaprabhu. Okay. And I think I want to show you some video, and by showing the video, one beautiful video of so this is during the Yatra to Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu is going to Jharkhand forest while on the way to Vrindavan. So
here is one of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, who lived around 500 years ago in India. One day, Lord Chaitanya and his associates set off early in the morning for the holy land of Vrindavan. They walked along the forest paths and through the Jharkhand forest, which was full of wild and dangerous animals such as tigers, elephants, snakes, and so many more. But Lord Chaitanya walked through there without any cares or worries, simply chanting the holy names of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. As Lord Chaitanya was walking along, deep in thoughts of Lord Krishna, he unknowingly stepped on a tiger that was sleeping on the path. The tiger woke up. Oh no, now we are finished, thought his friend Balabhadra. Lord Chaitanya spoke to the tiger and said, why are you sleeping? Get up and chant Hare Krishna. The tiger got up and amazingly started chanting and dancing, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Balabhadra was astonished to see this behavior. Another day, while Lord Chaitanya was bathing in a river, a herd of elephants came charging into the water. The Lord splashed water on the elephants and asked them to chant Hare Krishna. When the water touched their bodies, the elephants began chanting, Krishna, Krishna. Some of them danced and others called out in great joy. Balabhadra was amazed to see this miracle. Sometimes Lord Chaitanya's sweet singing would attract the deer in the forest, and they would follow him. One day even tigers joined in the party. Lord Chaitanya inspired all of them to chant Hare Krishna and dance together in ecstasy. Balabhadra was struck with wonder. How was this possible? Wherever the Lord went, all the birds, trees and creepers became jubilant. Lord Chaitanya is asking all of us to join him, to chant and be happy, just like all the animals in the Jharkhand forest.
Hare Krishna. It's a beautiful pastime of Sri Mahaprabhu. Okay, so it's now 9 o'clock, so the time for questions. If you have any questions about Mahaprabhu's Leela, or you want to share some point, what you like, you can discuss. And also, I want to thank the devotees who have come. So I also know who other devotees have come. So if probably devotees open their videos, I can thank them who have come, and we'll continue this journey. We'll continue this journey there. And next session is very amazing about the Goswamis. Yes. So we have Suman Mataji, Sundarevale Mataji, Hare Krishna, Ravi Teja Gaurang Prabhu.
प्रभु जी हरे कृष्ण दंडवत प्रणाम। प्रभु
हरे-
जी
हाँ।
और एक बार वो संन्यास क्यों लिया है और बताइए।
संन्यास महाप्रभु ने हम लोगों को सब पे कृपा करने के लिए दिया है।
मैंने आपको कुछ वो बोला था पहले।
ठीक है, मैं एट द एंड बताता हूँ करके क्वेश्चंस के बाद। Tender Prabhu is there, Jitendra Singh Prabhu, thank you. Lipsita Mataji, Tarachand Prabhu, very regularly coming there. Shivani
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Raman Mataji is there, thank you. Anil Prabhu,
Hare Krishna.
okay, Ankur Vel Prabhu have been most regular devotees of the celebration. Divya Sai Giri Mataji. You're from which place, Divya Mataji?
Bangalore.
No, okay. Jai Saket Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Nice, very good you're coming here. Then we have Saraswati Mataji here. And Jai Puja Mataji is there. She has been very regularly
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
coming. Hare Krishna. Nandini Mataji. Okay. Yeah. Bhavana
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu.